All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where Leonard Ellerbe, who is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, spoke out yesterday about all this talk about Gervonta Davis being willing to go to 140 to fight Devin the Dream Haney. And all this talk came after a tweet that Gervonta Davis put out that was sent and meant for Sean Porter. So let's chop it up, listen to what he said, and I'm going to tell you right now, on this channel, we are not living in la la land. We are living in, okay, what makes sense? What are these people's interests? What is most likely to happen? Because if it ain't likely to happen, then maybe we can start talking and trying to push, at least me, start trying to push the idea of making fights that actually can happen and should happen. But let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division. Gervonta Tank Davis, according to rumors, should be announcing his next fight soon for a fight date of March 30th. That is when the PBC's first card is supposed to be held, or at least this is what the rumors are saying, on Amazon Prime. And I think people are speculating that Gervonta Davis will be on that card. I am not so sure because Gervonta Davis has some issues that's going on with him right now. The main one being that, and I'm very sorry to say this, I hate that this is the case, that Coach Calvin Ford, his head trainer, is still at this point in time incarcerated. Also, we have a problem with the date of today, which is January 20th, and the date of the fight, which is March 30th, and the fact that that is only 8 weeks away from now, 9 weeks away from right now. So he's going to have an 8 to 10 week training camp. The training camps usually take place after the fight's announced. So in order for him to really be fighting on March 30th, I think the fight would have had to been announced by now. But we'll leave that alone and go on to this topic of who he'll fight. But before I do that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. I just can't tell you how much it really does matter to the channel. And every time I read the super thanks that come through on videos like this, I got to tell you, thank you for sponsoring these videos, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're sponsoring this video and sponsoring this content. And I'm going to tell you, a little bit of self-sale here. I'm going to tell you what I actually think with news that, the same general stuff that everybody else hears, but I'm going to give you a very, very realistic take on it to the best of my ability. No matter what people say in the comment or try to paint me on, man, I'm calling it like I see it. So thank you guys for empowering me to do so. Here's the thing. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s has a promotional company, Mayweather Promotions. Leonard Ellerbe, who was the right-hand man of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and has been the right-hand man of Floyd Mayweather Jr. for a long time, is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions. He is also clearly still on the team of Gervonta Tank Davis as far as negotiating his fights, getting his fights done, setting up his fights. And the reason why we know that is because in the last fight that took place between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, who popped up on the podium and did the speaking for Gervonta Davis's team? Leonard Ellerbe. The person that was missing was Floyd Mayweather Jr. Leonard Ellerbe was still there. So Gervonta Davis put out a tweet aimed at Sean Porter, and the tweet, let me make sure I read this because people putting all kind of extra stuff into it. Now, this is Gervonta. Now, ask Sean this question. If I beat his ASS in the gym and he was over 147 pounds, why the F would I be scared to fight an MF with just a nose? Stuff ain't, SHIT ain't adding up, right? So That's what he says. And people went and believed that that means Gervonta Davis said he's willing to fight Devin Haney at 140 pounds. Now, I may be somebody that can be very literal with what I read, and because I think that that is what you owe people, to be literal, take them and what they say literally. And if something like is a rhetorical question, you can clearly see that this is a rhetorical question. It's a rhetorical question. So he's clearly saying that he's not scared to fight somebody with a nose. If I'll beat you at 147, why would I be scared to fight him? Now, the problem with saying that means that he is going to be going to 140 or say he's willing to go fight Devin at 140 is that he didn't say that. And there could be other reasons that the fight doesn't happen, like the fact that he wants to fight at 135. He may feel more comfortable at 135. And that is exactly what Leonard Ellerbe is saying. When Leonard Ellerbe responded to Ray Jackson, shout out to Ray Jackson on Twitter. If you don't know Ray Jackson on Twitter, make sure you go go follow him. Yeah, follow him on Twitter. Most people are already following him. And he said, look, man, Gervonta Davis is a 135-pound fighter. That's what he is, a 135-pound fighter. What does that mean? That means he is fighting at 135 pounds. Now, I could say, well, that means he will not fight at 140. I don't know that that is the case for sure, but the context in which he used it, he's saying exactly where he is because he's asking questions about whether or not somebody is Gervonta Davis going up to 140. I don't think Gervonta Davis has a problem going to 140 to fight Devin Haney. I don't think Gervonta Davis, I think Gervonta Davis has the ability to beat Devin Haney at 140. The thing is this, Gervonta Davis does not have to go to 140 to fight Devin Haney because the reward is not conducive with the risk for him. I bet you. And if Devin Haney wants to fight, they're going to say, Devin, fight at 135. They're not going to go out of their way to make Devin Haney more comfortable so Devin Haney has a better chance to win. That's just how life works. You're not going to say, hey, well, I got a home court advantage here in a football game. Let me just say, no, don't worry about it. I know that that I'm supposed to get a home game. No, let's go play it over there because, they don't feel comfortable playing in my home court. Let me go to them and let me give them. They're not going to do it, okay? They're not going to do it. In sports, you're going to press every advantage that you have, and you're not going to put yourself at any unnecessary disadvantages or unnecessary things to make yourself uncomfortable. Now, if Gervonta Davis wants to do it, Gervonta Davis very well may do it. And if he does it, cool. I don't have a problem with that. Applause, applause, applause. Similarly, I thought that Gervonta Davis shouldn't go down to 130 pounds to fight Leo Santa Cruz. Why in the world would he go down to 130 to fight Leo Santa Cruz? But he did it. He went down and he fought at 130 pounds, a weight class that many people thought he couldn't make anymore. He made the weight class. He made the weight. He made it comfortably. He won the fight. The fact of the matter is if these guys want to fight, if Devin really wants to fight, Devin's going to have to make the sacrifice because Devin is not the guy that everybody's showing up to watch. And that's just what it is. If everybody's coming to see you, then you don't have to go out of your way to do a lot of stuff for the people that people are just coming to see you fight. Now, there are Devin Haney fans that are saying, well, yeah, no, we want to see Devin Haney. We got that. But look, I don't know what the pay-per-views were. You can throw it to 100,000. Some people say 30, some people say 50. Some people lie out their pie hole and say 300. Say 100. At 100,000 pay-per-views, it doesn't change the scenario at all. The fact of the matter is that if Gervonta Davis is in his third weight class, he's at 135. Devin was the undisputed champion at 135. When they started talking about fighting each other and people started throwing around ducking all this and all of that, Devin was at 135. Devin leaving 135 means all of that conversation about ducking at 135 leaves the room. And if Devin wants to come back down and fight the man. I'd applaud him for it. If you made it a couple months ago, maybe you can make it now. But according to Leonard Ellerbe, at least what I'm getting from what Leonard Ellerbe says, man, that dude is at 135 pounds, and all the King's horses and all the King's men ain't gonna put Humpty Dumpty back together again. You not gonna be able to claim this man is ducking you while you left the weight division and try to sucker this man into giving you a huge weight advantage in a fight when you're not the draw. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.